This is a Normal Nerd podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and where else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Trashy.
And I'm your host who wished hypnotism worked the way it does in comics, Dave Spades.
This episode is a review of The Penguin Episode 2. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Penguin Episode 2. We said it. We're going to do it. We're going to review it weekly.
Yes, and we are here with the second episode. I'm proud of us.
And we'll have to say, it's still great.
It's still pretty awesome, yeah. It's still fantastic.
It's really, really good.
It's just a really good mob show.
It's just, yeah. First off, if you listen to the episode 1 review, at the end of it, one of my big was like, they better call him Penguin. If he's not called Penguin, I'm going to hate that the show did it. Like 10 minutes into the episode, one guy who can't remember his name. He works for the crime family.
Baldy.
The Falcone family. He's sleeping with Luca Falcone's wife, whatever. He immediately comes in, he's like, hey, Penguin. And I was like, oh. I was like, they said it. They said his name. Nice.
Yeah, I know. That was really
good. That got that for me, but the acting is just incredible.
Yeah, the acting's still out of control. Still, there's a lot of times we've talked about off the podcast, like times where I'm looking at Colin Farrell and I think that it's literally a different actor that just looks like the Penguin. Like the only makeup I feel like he has on, are just like what's giving him his little scars. Like that's it. Otherwise, I'm just like, that's a regular actor right there. But no, it's a man under 80 pounds of makeup and killing it with the acting. Killing it. Sophia was great again this episode.
Oh, she's great.
When it kicked off with her, like, I do like how they show Arkham. Arkham, this is one of my favorite depictions of Arkham. Because it looks like a mental institution, but also looks absolutely horrible. Like, just straight out of the comics, terrible garbage. Everyone's screaming in it. The uniforms look horrible. They have to wear, like, some weird thing around their neck too that connects to all their. It's so good.
I did like that she had the stripes though.
Yeah,
that's very
good,
Arkham. That's super Arkham.
Old timey Arkham. Yeah. I enjoyed that. I liked it was a small detail too, but in her little hypnotism flashback there, I did enjoy, like, every now and again you'd see like the red bar come across something, and I was like, that's pretty sick. I wish real hypnotism was like that.
That would be really cool.
Or real.
I'm glad it's not real. But if I could only do it, then.
Sure, yeah. If I was a superpowered human, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that was very interesting. I like the flashback. It's weird that they're trying to humanize Sophia on some level, showing her that, like, oh, she loves her brother and she's very sad that he's gone. She realized how dangerous her family is and that she's not safe while she's there. But at the same time, she's a fucking psychopath. Killed like 7 women. And so it's like, it's a very fun scale they're playing with right now. They're making you like her a lot, but you gotta remember at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you're batshit crazy.
That's one thing I think this show is nailing. And I honestly think a lot of shows sometimes mess this up. Sopranos did not mess this up. They nailed this too. But these are bad people.
Yes.
Like horrifically bad people. And it's not like Always Sunny where you know they're bad and you don't root for them. Like they're bad, but you kind of root for them a little bit. But you know they're bad. But like they don't let you, like, for a glimpse think like maybe they'll turn around. They do bad things
all the time.
Awful bad things, and I love it. And I'm like, because it's just showing like these are the villains. Like, I know the show is about them, so you're supposed to sympathize, have a little sympathy for them, or the show doesn't work. Because you wouldn't watch it. Because you'd be like, I hate this guy. Why am I watching?
You're just waiting for the Batman to show up and kick their teeth in the entire time. Like, that's what you're waiting for.
I hope he shows up. But
it'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind it being like, at the end, Penguin like escapes scot free, but like the or whatever setup he has for the family is like it's Batman showing up or some shit like that, or like some after final episode cameo. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, they do need to mention him in an episode.
Yes, I agree with that. Still, that was we talked about in the last podcast episode that, like, the whole point of the Batman is that he scares the villains when he's not on screen. So you gotta they gotta mention it just a little bit.
A little bit. So this episode kicks off, great sequence with the drop, like, because they're moving the factory to Robbinsville or whatever, which already sounds way too nice for Gotham.
Yes.
I love the whole setup. There's that great joke. The guy's like, "What's different between a?" What is it? He's like, "Why does seagulls fly over the sea?" Or like,
and not the bay,
because then they'd be bagels. And all like Oswald is just like, he's like, "Get it?" Because like bread, and he's like, "Yeah, we got it."
Yeah. I enjoyed a lot how well the next joke was even funnier when he was just like
100%.
oh what's the difference between the mafia and the government? Who one's organized? And like that was pretty funny. But I do enjoy it once again, just showing how good this episode especially showed how good this penguin is at thinking on his feet. Because like he realized how screwed he was because he's in the one car he said shoot up. So what? He thinks, pivots, and just makes sure he's in the right position to kill the other two guys, so you can just move on through it all. And that's amazing. That was great. Like another character probably would have like jumped out of the car or drove the car or found a way to like I don't know, try and call it all off or some shit like that. But he just like nah, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna get shot at, but I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And it's great. It's cool. It's great thinking. Like it's great. It's just good to see how fast he can think.
Yeah, that would 100%.
It makes me really like this whole episode is like. All right, I kind of see how with power and influence you can be a big bad guy.
Yeah, I know. One thing
in this universe.
The one thing I think was really good about that scene too is like they somehow captured you seeing him think.
Yeah.
Very well. Like
that's a good point. Yeah,
like you could just see in his like the gears moving. I do love how he like kills the one guy and they're all at the Falcone's house and they're like, "Oh, you saved my life." He's like, "Oh," and then he's like, then Oswald there, like Oz saved this guy's life.
That was really good, yeah.
Which at the end of the episode is Oz is the whole reason that guy dies.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. Well, yeah, Oz still hated his guts.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason he saved him was to be like, oh, see, look, I got no hard feelings. I'm on your guys' side.
Yeah.
Woo. That was.
Well, Maroney points it out in the episode before, which I like. And Oz totally screwed him, and he had to work with him. As Maroney's like, "You're the worst kind of guy to work with. You have no sides."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and that's what I love about the Penguin. And he's playing a great villain. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
Yeah, that's really true.
Except his mom.
He's getting there with Vic, I think.
I think he could kill Vic and not care.
I think he would care a little bit.
Yeah, like 10%.
5%.
Okay, 5%. made him sleep on dead bodies.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was a good lesson though for mobsters. That was a good lesson though. It's like, you want to be dead? You want to be dead? Like your job is like my job easier. I did enjoy that. That was like, I'm doing a lot of work here, Vic. I don't like doing that.
Yeah. Vic is easily the most likable character in the entire show. I love Vic. His little stutter there immediately. I was like, damn. You're making me like him even more.
I know.
He's such a nice kid.
I know.
I don't know who that Gabriella person that was mentioned him. Better not be his mom or his sister.
Oh yeah, the missing.
Better be some stupid girl.
Yeah, or something like that.
Not like a
Speaking
sister.
of girls, he probably was. He might have been this close to being able to sleep with one of those prostitutes.
I don't know. He might have.
He might have. That's very possible. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. Yeah, he was pretty. He was. I think the stutter was helping him just a little bit, and then the fact that he worked for the Penguin was just like, yeah, okay. You might be going places, kid. They might want to latch on to you, literally. So no, the Vic thing with Vic's character development right now is going really well. I don't know. It's episode 2. I'm really glad that he is not already a hardened criminal who can pull off amazing stunts and think on his feet. Because it's realistically, it's been like a day since he met the Penguin, maybe a week tops. So I'm glad that he failed the mission because he still has you can't just you can't go from being I just need a chance and all that stuff to being able to pull the crap off, which is a very big trope nowadays in shows and stuff. It's
no, it wouldn't.
I'm good to go after one episode. Yeah,
he's not Ray.
No, exactly. That's true. Yeah,
skip all Jedi training,
all the training, and all the years of work,
or whatever the girls from the Acolyte who could just skip all the training and everything.
Whatever.
Masters with lightsabers right off the bat. No, Vic. Yeah. That's really. I didn't even think about that, but that's a really good point. Is that he failed that mission? First of all, I like how he technically did not fully succeed on the first mission because he was supposed to cut off Alberto Falcone's head.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And he was and he was explaining why he couldn't do it. And then the Penguin gave him a little bit of break on that one.
Yeah.
And then this one he just struggled with too. I will say, man, this show gets me kind of stressed.
Yeah.
It's the intensity levels are good.
There were points where I'm almost was Vic gonna die right now? Exactly. I'm not 100% sure he's gonna die or not.
Or when the Penguin is in the basement talking to the guy, and then first of all, that scene was nuts. When he just was he just kills him. I was like, oh no. I was like, how's he getting out of this?
Yep. I've been having I'm forcing Emily to watch this show because I think it's so good.
Because it is so good.
It is so good. She's not the biggest fan of it right now, but there are times so when I'm first watching the show, that feeling of dread, I have it in different scenes.
Yes.
And then, but when I'm rewatching the show, even though I know what's happening, I'm still like, I don't know what's going on in my brain when it's happening, but I'm still like, when he's in the basement, I'm just like, oh my goodness. I know he gets out of this,
like
no
sweating,
problem, but I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, you're like really pushing it here. I was
Yeah.
like, why am I know what happens. Why am I still sweating right now?
I know.
It's like,
first of all, I think there's multiple reasons for this, and this show, once again, don't care about awards, but it better get a ton. Its reviews have only gone up, which is good.
Yeah.
The reviews were down on it. Not down. It was like 78. It's definitely better than
once again, I
78.
think just nobody knew what was going
Exactly.
to happen.
Exactly. They're up. The directing is incredible.
Yeah.
That adds to the intensity. The acting is through the roof. The lighting I love. I love the color scheme they have going. It's so good. And the music is incredible.
Yeah.
This show is like, if it keeps up exactly how it is right now, this is going to be the show of the year.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think it'll blow Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon out of the water if it keeps going like this. This is it's just awesome storytelling through and through. There's not a character in the show that I don't like at all. I'm so excited, speaking of characters, that I really like her as an actress, so I'm very happy she's here because she always plays that character. I think it's just her voice. So that the Maroney's like right hand, maybe his wife, I don't know 100% sure. With her raspy voice.
That's his wife. That's
his wife. Yeah. I can't wait for the scene where she's like shit talking the penguin and he just talks like Italian back to her or wherever the hell they are. Because I'm like, this is a classic trope and I love it every time. That was like, he can definitely understand you. The whole point of this episode was to show that, the whole point of his mom's part of this was to show that he knows multiple languages already. It's like, there's no shot that he doesn't know you're Italian, especially if he had to deal with you guys at one point in the past.
For sure.
So it's like, I can't wait for that to happen.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
I did love that scene though, because he's like, it's in the pocket. And she's like, well, we want our guy back. He's like, yeah, so do I. And I'm like, you're such a fucking liar.
I know. Oh, no, yeah, exactly. Well, it's like what Maroney said. He was like, you have no side.
No, he has no side. Yeah,
like, and no matter what, whatever the argument is, he's on the winning side. Yeah. It was like, I'm there already.
What's that line from Always Sunny? It's
I'm playing both sides so that I come out on top.
Yeah, that is the penguin.
That really is.
I did also, one scene I really like, God, he's good though. He's good too. And I don't think he knows it every time he's doing, like, not good as in like a good person, like good at like what he's trying to accomplish. Is the scene where he shows up at the funeral and he tells the story about his brother's dying, so we know where they are. His brother's dying to Sophia. Like, I think he genuinely was just telling that story. Yeah. Because he just came from his mom's dancing. Yeah. And, she was having a dementia fit and all this. And I think he was just genuinely telling her that story, like, to vent himself. But, lo and behold, that made him look open and vulnerable. And Sophia, like, was like, oh, Yeah. And then, really cool line. Don't care that it might have been kind of corny. Thought it was awesome when she's like, decided to finally work with him and he says, let's dance. I was like, nah.
That was really good. That's in that same conversation too. He slipped in that, like, my mom passed a couple of years ago. So it's like, now he's got to be careful because she finds out his mom's alive, which he probably is going to. That's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, it will be a huge problem. But at the same time, he could wipe that one off. So it's just like, I didn't want my mom to get involved. Everyone,
that's a good point. Yeah.
You lost somebody, you know how it is.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
I will say, what I also love about this is that, and I really think this is such a cool concept. Obviously, Maroni and Falcone are part of the Batman universe and the big mobsters, blah, blah, blah. But, like, Sophia and the Penguin are actually, like, villain types. Like, they're weirdos and they kill people and they're odd. And, like, they're like the more the classic Batman villain types. Yeah. I love how they're a team now.
That is pretty fun. That is pretty nice. I enjoy this. Yeah, that's a really good time.
And, like, God, she, like, those two, like, whoa.
They could run Gotham.
Yeah, well, I mean the acting.
Oh, the acting's out of control.
Like, they're the best actors in the show. Those two, like,
I know.
What have we been doing?
I
know Colin Farrell's like a good actor and he's been around for a really long time. So like, this is like her. She needs to be in more movies.
I agree. Yeah,
like serious movies.
Yeah,
she's good.
She's killing it as what she's doing. It's wild to see how where you think that Colin Farrell is going to be, his acting is going to be what shines the most in the show and blows everyone else out of the water. Like, you have your act, like, everyone's acting well, but you're just like, they're playing their roles really well, but they're just like, there's a lot of characters in here I don't remember their names sometimes because I'm just like, there's actors, they're acting, it's whatever, it's fine. But like, it's her and Penguin. It's like she is acting almost as well as Penguin is,
absolutely,
if not at the same level,
absolutely,
because it is. I mean, Colin Farrell is acting because it's just like, it's that good. She's playing a psycho so well,
perfectly,
yeah,
and like a psycho who's also like annoyed by like being like, when the one woman comes up, and at first I was like, oh, how nice of her.
Yeah.
She's like, remember we used to hit those like boys in Italy that were like all over us? I was like, okay, you were sluts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she's like, let's do another girls trip, maybe to Italy. And then her daughter walks up to us. So I was like, even grosser. That means you were going to go sleep with Italian guys, but you have a family, clearly.
Yeah, of course.
But then she gets like, I love when Sophia like leans down to talk to her and she just pulls the girl, and Sophia's like so pissed. And I was like, see, this might, I understand what you're doing, you're trying to protect your daughter, but you just made it worse.
You did, yeah. I get it. That's like that's such a, I mean, you're a mom family, you probably have to get you should just get over it, but like that's such a knee-jerk reaction.
Oh, yeah, 100%,
It's like,
100%.
This lady's a monster.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, you gotta think, I'm pretty sure with the two lines, I'm pretty sure that the uncle put that cousin up to this because they both talked about Italy and trying to get her out of there. So
you're 100% right. I didn't even think about that.
So she's there just like, I'm just doing what the family told me.
Nah, I didn't think about that. I do. First of all, everyone in the family's stupid. When Sophia walks in the room and they're all like, oh my god, she's not crazy, and they're all whispering, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay,
like you're idiots. Why are you whispering this? Like, it's not like you're whispering about like Oswald. Like, who gives a shit about that guy? You're whispering about the freaking niece of the current
gang boss.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
And not just that. She is a convicted serial killer.
Yeah, with a name.
Do you guys understand this? Like, and she is like, she's got convicted serial killer. She can kill anyone. She could have killed any one of you just as is, and probably would have gotten covered up, no problem. But now she enjoys doing it. I'm like, guys, I just don't know. If I saw her walking into the room, I'd be like, as far away as possible.
I also, even though it's like a small little thing, really unimportant, not really needed, but like it is how she eats like a weirdo.
That is really, that is weird, and I love it. I wish I hope that I can't wait for them to talk about it maybe a little bit. Like, maybe it's some like psychotic thing she does, but I'm like, yeah, I love it. She just like eats, she devours. Well, the pickles. It also might be because that Arkham probably has terrible food.
I think that's part of it, but I did enjoy also the little loop they threw for us there. Vidi, that's the guy who was sleeping with
yeah.
Is when, Penguin like immediately calls him a traitor and like pushes him, and I'm like, oh, he planted the knife on him.
Yeah.
And then like they pat him down, they're like, he's clean. I was like, what? And then they patted on the other ball guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's him. He's got the knife. I was like, oh crap.
Oh, that was a wild twist. They hit me with that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I rewatched the scene
do that?
like multiple times. Because I was like, wait, what? And then, but if you really notice, his arm is like, it was good on them.
And he's getting back at that guy who he definitely sought a grudge against for. That's the guy that punched him in the face outside the FEMA thing, and then was about to cut his arm off. Yep, like, yeah, of course he's cleaning up his grudges there real fast. That was and once again, just showing how well he is at thinking on his feet and just changing the situation in a heartbeat. Yeah. Which is like, this is like that is like mastermind material right there.
Yeah, even like the little scene where he needs to get into the basement, doesn't know how, so he goes up to Vidi and Luca, or no, Luca's other lieutenant or whatever, and he just walks up and he's like, "Oh, you got a guy in the basement? You didn't tell me? You got one of these guys? What is up with that?"
That was awesome, yeah.
And they're like, "What?" They're like, he's like, "Yeah, don't act like you're not telling me, or whatever," and like walks away. Genius. Just playing that little scene. They're like, "Well, we got to go check out whatever this is." Genius. And I did like the scene though. Sophia's like, "Give me your gun. Give me your..." First of all, who in the what's a family dynamic here? Maybe because her dad's dead, so like, and her brother's dead, so maybe they're like,
she was in Arkham.
Yeah, but but maybe it's just like there's like, we don't have to listen to her at all now until Falcone comes back, because he's definitely alive. They wouldn't got Mark Strong to play him.
Yeah, that's probably weird. Yeah.
I hope he does. It'd be really cool. But that, like, she says, "Give me your gun" to somebody, and they don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, "Oh, here, miss.
Here you go. Remember my name? Here you go."
Yeah. Remember, I do good stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And when I speak good stuff, I mean bad stuff. But then, Lucas shoots him, even though Lucas seems like a bitch, but
I know. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure Penguin calls him that. He
was
he
did.
This fucking pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he did.
Yeah. And it was like, I mean, kinda. I mean, like, yes, killed the man and all that stuff. But in terms of, if I was a mobster, I just think, like, it seems like Luca in the wild world of Gotham there is just like too gentle of a hand to be dealing with this, dealing with the gang war and the Penguin and all that stuff. Nah.
I don't know, but this show has 9 territory written all over it.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I love it, and they've just, so far 2 episodes in, they've checked every box again. man,
I really think
I'm hopefully optimistic this show doesn't get bad in any way.
yeah. Once again, the
Like,
IGN,
it's one of those shows that's giving me confidence again.
the IGN review gave me confidence, and I really think HBO knew. I think that's one of those things. I just think they knew. I think they just knew. They're like, we don't have to advertise at all because one group of people, maybe they're wising up.
Yeah.
And they realize like nerd erotic and all this stuff in us.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
We'll get big one day. Maybe they realize like people are just listening for these people to watch it, and they're like, maybe that's our new marketing strategy.
Yeah, maybe. And also, they could be thinking too. It's like, man, these people are everyone. Clearly, nothing is hitting, nothing's landing right now. Let's just like. Maybe they just knew like this is gonna be good. People are starved for something good.
Yeah,
let's give it to them. And they didn't because I don't know if
they didn't advertise this at all.
They didn't. I don't think I even watched. Like they definitely had a trailer for the Penguin out there, and I didn't see any ads. I didn't see anything on YouTube or anything like that. I didn't even see the trailer ever. So then like this show, and they just put the show out.
Maybe that I think
maybe
you're
they
right.
just knew it's like we don't have to do anything.
And that's another thing is like that's what's making the show even crazier. Is like we've been so starved for great content.
Yeah.
And we're getting in, and they didn't even just deliver great content. They delivered great content.
Yeah.
But now I'm really starting to think I think they might have literally been like, we'll wait till the YouTubers review it. Because we watched it 5 days after it came out.
That's
4
true,
or 5
yeah.
days. Because
Yeah.
once Nerd Erotic was like, this show's actually good. I was like,
Alright.
okay. And now like, and oh my God, it's working like gangbusters. I've been told everyone to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so have I.
Yeah,
so have
yeah.
I texted my family about it. Yeah, I was like, watch
Dang.
this show, guys. Yeah.
It worked out perfectly.
It's really good. Yeah, wow, man. Maybe that is it. Maybe that's a strategy. It's like find the YouTube reviewers who are big right now.
maybe like
Don't pay them anything. Just have them
you know
review
what?
it.
If you are listening to this episode of the podcast, tell everyone to keep watching it until it gets bad. Hopefully it doesn't get bad. If it keeps up as it is and it stays good, tell everyone to watch it. So HBO will see, and I think this is it. And I think this is like one of their little tests. You make good content, we watch.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
You don't need to market it. You don't need to do stupid shit. You make good content, we watch. You make bad content, we don't watch.
Yeah, I like that. That. Yeah, definitely do that then. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping,
tell everyone to watch it.
hoping
Actually,
that's
I'm
what
going
it
to
is.
tell you more people to watch it
So
now.
am I. Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. I'm telling everyone to watch this because, yeah, it's good content, so we should be watching it.
Should be.
And
all the
supporting
time.
it.
Yeah, we and like especially in this world where good content is few and far between. We do need to support. The good stuff.
Yeah. So maybe that was their plan. Maybe they were just like, let's just make a good show.
Yeah.
That isn't woke.
Yeah.
And like we'll just see how it goes. We won't even advertise it. Just put it out.
Yeah.
And it's nobody wanted it.
No.
And if
No one wanted it at
dude,
all.
think about it. Nobody wanted the show. It's not woke yet. It can't be. It's mobsters.
Yeah, I know. It's a spin-off of a new Batman that like I guess some people didn't enjoy as much as I did, but it's a spin-off of that, and it was from it's a spin-off of a Batman nobody asked for, and it's a character in that movie that they barely used.
Yeah. And it's kind of semi-original.
Yeah,
it's like this plot line. Who never heard this before?
Like, yeah, we've seen mob stuff, but like we never really seen the perspective of the mobsters in Gotham.
Yeah, it's not woke. What was I gonna say? It's not woke. It's semi-original. Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wanted it. Yeah.
Nobody wanted it. It's got all these things that they're just maybe testing,
Maybe.
and then they're just gonna be like,
Oh, guys like this. We'll just do this.
Well, I didn't know you guys were gonna like
Yes,
this.
we didn't even have to jingle keys in front of you. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm down with it. I'm down with it. We need better content out there. Maybe this is the start. That'd be really.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
insanely optimistic to say, but I really hope this is the start of good content.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we really.
If it's an island in an ocean of bad, I'd be really sad.
I mean, it's only 8 episodes. That's it. That's all we're getting out of this.
I know,
It's
yeah.
a mini, which is good.
Which is fine. That's fine. That's
Consolidated
fine. I could see this show right now going a long time, but like I understand why they do it this way.
Yeah, it'd be better this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it maintains, I'm gonna tell more people to watch it.
So am I.
Because we need to let them know. It's the Deadpool thing. We need to let them know.
Yeah.
When you make good stuff, we like
We
it.
see it. We'll watch it. It's there.
Because right now we refuse to watch bad things.
Yeah, that's true.
'Cause we have-
I don't got time.
Yeah, I mean, if the podcast pulls up, which would be amazing, tell your friends about it.
Yeah, we'll watch all the stuff reviewed.
Well,
for you.
we'll watch
Don't
it
worry.
all, which will be hilarious because we'll hate every second of it. But,
Yeah.
oh my god, if I had to watch Rings of Power season 2, oof.
That would be so.
Sorry, Rings of
bad.
Power season 4.
I mean, if we were making money off of doing it, though, I'd be like,
Oh, if we're making money off
I
of it.
can't wait to rip this apart.
Yeah, we're making money off of doing it. I would love it.
Yeah, that's another what a failure that show is.
Oh, garbage. Yeah,
I bet it's killing Amazon. This is doing so well right now.
yeah, I bet it is.
Mm-hmm.
What I love too is that like HBO got rid of that Batwoman movie
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
because they knew it was gonna be terrible.
terrible. Awful.
And then they were like, and also they clearly put money into the show.
Yeah, like a lot of money.
It looks great.
It's real. Whoa, it's like crazily well done.
Yeah.
It's like the filters using on the cameras, the set design, and the costumes. I mean, Colin Farrell alone, that must cost like $1,000 to put on.
Yeah, I'm really loving this, that they didn't advertise it at all, because maybe there's like, we'll see if we just make good content.
Yeah,
see how it
yeah,
goes.
man, let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so far this show's in 9 territory. This is one of those shows I am not a big hour-long TV person, TV show episode person. I like 30 to 40 minutes. I think that's the best that it could be. This show's not long enough.
Yeah, I 100% agree. When we get to the end of the episodes, the first 2 episodes, I'm just like, man, I gotta wait a whole week for this
It has me so enthralled.
I know, every single second of it.
Like, there's times in House of Dragon where I'm like, oh, Damien's having another dream sequence. Oh.
Yeah, great, wild.
The dream sequence
cool.
Damien thing should have been thrown out the window.
That really should have been.
It was
to have a Damien story should have been thrown out the window.
Agreed.
It's just like, there's just been a point where she married him. It's like, okay. And then you have your little squabble in the court, and then you're done. I'm just like, took way too long for him just to get to like, I'm on your side now. I recognize you're the one true queen or whatever.
Yeah, it was way too long. Yeah.
It took forever. It took an entire season. Season 2, once again, in the world we live in currently, House of the Dragon season 2 is like above average good.
It was 7.4.
I agree with that, yes. But like in the world we used to live in, that probably would have been like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, I would go like 5.8.
That's probably fair.
Because like honestly, it was one of
it's a season that's gonna connect us to the next season. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, it was mid-season, and also like it was one of those seasons where it's like they clearly cared about certain episodes more than others.
Yes,
as they should have. Certain episodes were nuts and awesome, but then other ones were just like drags.
Yes, that was very true. Yeah, like, there's a lot of episodes where I'm just like, can we get to it already, sort of thing.
I will say
once again, still good TV show. It's like 7.5. You said already, but it's like it gets a boost because of the crap we live in right now.
Yeah. But this show is 2 episodes in. If like what I keep saying it, but because this is the environment we live in now, we can't just assume something's going to keep being good.
I know.
We were waiting for the ball.
I literally can't assume the show is going to be good all the way until the point until the final episode concludes.
Yes,
that's
But if it is, it's definitely the best TV show of the year. Honestly, they haven't done mob stuff in a minute, which is fine because we were oversaturated.
We need to cool off of that.
We were oversaturated with mob stuff for a really long time, but this reminds you why it's so good. This reminds you why Goodfellas is a great movie, why Sopranos is a great show.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
But yeah, this has not yet high 9s.
It's got that feeling. We're only 2 episodes in. 2 episodes. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
we're
still very optimistic about this. Yeah.
Like the Iceberg Lounge got named.
Nice.
I like that. I like how they're not overdoing the Batman stuff either.
That's good. Yeah, that's very true.
It's very digestible for someone who's never seen or knows anything about Batman.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and I really like that.
Yeah, it's great. We didn't even talk about. Sorry, before we cut the episode, we didn't even talk about the drop fiend detective that she picked up, who's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy was he's not a shining star, but he was like comedic relief. I was like, nice. I like this. Like his whole plan was just like, she's like, figure out information and stuff. It's like, yeah, you got it. I brought you all the information in this guy's head. I was like, you just stole a guy from the hospital, dude.
He doesn't have much long to live.
To a funeral.
Yeah, he doesn't have much long to live. I did like when he's like, and she gives him drops. He's just like, I need you to find the rat. He's like, in the family, no way. He's like, internally, no way. And then they give him more drops. He's like, okay.
Yep, that was great. That felt like out of the comic. Like that, like last episode I said to him when he did the line of like, or I'll kill you and everyone you loved or something. Yeah, like that felt like right out of the comics. This felt like right out of the comics too. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. More money. Okay, I'll then. So I loved it. But yeah, it was a great episode.
No, absolutely great. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.